law-abiding biker podcast. This is how we roll, Lurch.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights.
Here we are, boys. Back in the house. That's right. Welcome, all our fellow bikeaholics out there. Appreciate you guys coming back for another loaded-ass episode.
Like a baby's diaper.
Ooh. This is the official Law-Abiding Biker podcast, after all. You need any therapy over there, LD?
Yes, I do.
Well, you're in the right place, because this is the only prescribed therapy that you will need. This podcast is for who, guys?
The MM.
The big MM motorcycle majority. That's right. The
99%.
Oh, you said it so sexy.
So sensual. This podcast covers everything for the law-abiding biker, so look no further, folks. Let's roll right into it. All right, guys. Glad to be back in the studio with you. Anyways, real quick, that opening song, actually a little snippet, was Remember the Name from 2005. Artist was Fort Minor featuring Styles of Beyond, the album The Rising Tide Deluxe version. And I will have a link, as I always do, in the show notes. And I'll just say real quick, this is Ryan Erlacher, your host of the Law Abiding Biker podcast, and your
High-tech redneck.
Oh, man, you're on it. Way to go. But I play some snippets, guys. I usually use a lot of my other music for, everyday stuff. We do play snippets of some songs, but all those snippets actually are public, because you can get way longer snippets right, and I can play them right from iTunes Store. You know how you can preview?
Oh, yeah. You get 40 seconds.
Exactly. You get more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on some of them. And so you can play those right from iTunes. Those are, so that's where I get a lot of that stuff, is just, like I say, it's open to the public, and anybody can listen to that. So it's not really protected, because they're little snippets there. So anyways, we have fun with those. And of course, we always want to promote the artists and albums, and I always put them in the show notes for you guys. So we have good fun with those. So anyways, yeah, in the studio, right, I have with me the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend.
I'm glad you can see me.
I am too. Here you go. Wait. Here we go. Ready?
You ring.
Attaboy. And also, studio left. Meth boy himself. Sorry, dude. Go ahead, LD.
What do you want me to say after that?
Well, shouldn't meth users be skinnier?
Yeah, dude. No.
Look, what am I talking about?
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah. You're talking about Dick Tracy, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Right, yeah. Anyways, I don't think that's one of the 6. What do you think?
No, you can say Dick all you want.
Okay.
Dick. It's okay.
Because Dick's a name.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Okay, that's what I
Short
thought.
for Richard.
It's not one of the 6 deadly words.
My middle name is Richard, so he's just call me Dick.
There you go. All right. Anyways, we got a loaded show for you guys. Again, I did want to say real quick, do some quick follow-up. We did an episode of, I like throwing people under the bus, bro. We did an episode on patching in the new Big River crew and patching in the 2 new guys. I do want to throw it out there that Chewy, night he gets patched in to the Mother chapter.
It was a big night for him, so I think he got a little bit silly.
Yeah. And so we patch them all in. I get a phone call the next morning, and this is all I hear. That's all I hear on the phone, dude, like 3 times in a row. And I'm like, oh, something's wrong. And what did he do?
Well, I know what he did. Do you want me to tell?
Yeah, I do.
Should we share it with the listening audience?
Yes, we're throwing him under the bus.
He
dude.
left his LE cube laying on your entryway.
Yeah. So you're
and I was having a great night too. Mrs. Lurch was driving me, So I let it loose, man. I let it fly. And and in my condition, I find an LE cube laying on the ground.
Mrs. Lurch. Dude, she has no lurch qualities about her.
No, she's anti-lurch, isn't she? All 5'3" of her.
Yeah, she is anti-lurch, dude.
And I sent a message to the Big River P and said, "Hey, look what I found. Does that belong to any of your guys?" And he said, "No."
We're more organized and responsible than that.
So, Chewy, your first garage meeting that will be held here shortly. We've got to come up with a date.
It'll be on him.
I think actually it's going to be at your house.
It's set.
Mine?
It's on recording now.
I think it might as well just be right at Chewy's place.
Oh, perfect.
I agree. And ribs, baby back ribs, please.
Just so you know that the three of us, when we have the meetings at our house, we've decided that we will take care of the cost because, especially now that there's more than just the three of us, it's a couple times a year you host the party, and we've just decided instead of having everybody bring something, it's that person's night to host.
And that person cooks, not their wife.
Yeah. You can't have your wife.
When we say baby back ribs,
it's man food.
Yeah, that's you, Chewy.
Yeah.
You cook them without getting any of your beard in it too.
And we've all done ribs. I've done ribs. You've done ribs. You've done ribs. So you've got some stiff competition. But ribs are on you next time we see you.
Yeah,
and
baby.
He's got to have a penalty for leaving his LE cube. Something tasty. Some kind of whiskey.
Pendleton
will work. Okay. Pendleton will work.
Yes, I agree.
You had to pay your fine, son.
At minimum. So you're a prospect. You just get patched in. I mean, you've been waiting for like a year. You've been working your butt off to get into the Sworn Few MC, and you leave your freaking LE cube.
Oh.
He got his top rocker, got his center patch, got his front patches, got his bottom rocker, but the LE patch. Now, I'm going to throw some props out. The Sworn Few MC talking, because a lot of people might not know what we're talking about, because this is for all law-abiding bikers. Of course, we are a 100% sworn, now we are and will be for history, 100% sworn law enforcement motorcycle club. 100% sworn paid law enforcement officers only. Very strict processes to get into. And what we're talking about is the LE Cube, which stands for us. It stands for law enforcement because we are a law enforcement club. And I will throw props. That was not our idea. We picked that up, and we think it's a good idea that they started at the Watchman Motorcycle Club, which is a law enforcement only down in California. They started that where they're just wearing the LE patch for 100% sworn law enforcement clubs. We picked that up from them. We think it's a good idea. And so that's the little LE patch that apparently Chewy couldn't hang on to.
We just do an LE, no MC.
Right.
No LE MC. So
and they do the
solo.
same thing.
They do a solo LE as well.
They do the solo LE, and I think that really distinguishes a club. And of course, like I say, this podcast is for all law-abiding biker clubs, civilian, everything. But of course, we do host this podcast, and we are with a LE club, so we do talk about that stuff sometimes. But I think it was a good idea, and we picked up on that, and it's going to continue as a tradition in this club as far as I'm concerned. You agree?
Yes, that's why it's going to cost me a bottle of Pendleton.
That's damn right.
LE Cube. Yeah.
Yep.
Dang right. So, anyways, what do we got here going on? LD, we got.
Well, I know what I got going on. I have a hole in my left calf. Can we talk about that?
Dude. Oh my god, dude!
Ryan, have you
story.
ever been a canine handler?
Me, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently he can train a 4-pound fluff ball.
I was a canine handler for 8 years, dude.
He can train a lot of dogs, but he can't train a 4-pound fluffed ball. What is he? Is he some type of poodle?
He's a cockapoo.
What is that? How did you work cock into that conversation?
Okay, here we go again, dude. That's like 3 episodes in a row, dude. Cannot have that.
So, Buddy the dog.
No maturity. Sorry, folks.
Ryan likes talking about cock. It's just weird.
This cockapoo decided to take a bite out of my calf.
Okay, now listen. I just want to tell you guys.
Through my jeans.
You guys know the story. I am not a small dog guy. Now listen, I've only had big dogs my whole entire life. I trained police dogs.
Yeah.
I handled police dogs. I've never liked
And you did
small
a
dogs.
fantastic job because we worked together. You did a great job.
We had a good interdiction experience together.
Best time of my career, probably always will be, no matter what happens.
I agree. Good memories there, brother. I have no doubt about that. So my wife brings this cockapoo, which is technically
It looks like a little
a cocker spaniel and a poodle, dude.
Oh, okay. There he is.
Thus,
You were right on the poodle.
I had no
Cockapoo.
idea. I had no idea what that was.
it all comes together. So that's what he is, dude. And my wife, she begged me. Now, I will not get a freaking cat.
No.
And I'm sorry for cat lovers out there. I apologize
no.
if you're listening to the podcast.
They're
I'm the same way.
Cats are just moving targets.
They are. And I can't have them in the house. I don't.
Personal opinion.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of cat lovers listening to this, and that's okay. But we're here. I don't like cats.
What do you do about mice in your barn?
Okay, they can be outside.
I don't
but they
have a
do
barn.
not
No.
Come to the house.
Mice traps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, mousetrap. I agree. They do a very good job. I don't have a barn either.
Yeah. Here's what I have to say to Buddy. He ain't my buddy.
Giving me the finger there. That is inappropriate. But I don't have to beep that out, so that's cool.
That's right.
So my wife brings this dog home, like 6 months ago, and his name is Buddy, and he's as close to a cat as I'll ever get.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that right now.
Mm.
He's growing on me a little bit.
It's hard not
I've
to.
seen
I mean,
cats
you're an
bigger
animal.
than him.
But you're an animal lover, you're a dog lover. It's hard not to let that little turd grow on you.
He does. I work in the studio a lot, and my wife's gone during the day because I work different hours and stuff.
So he's your buddy.
I get my 4 days roll or whatever, and he's my buddy. He hangs out in the office all day with me doing lab media stuff and sworn few stuff. So, yeah, he's a good little buddy.
Yeah, he's your buddy, ain't mine.
So tell the story, dude. Though he
So
freaking took blood.
I could have overindulged the other night during our patch party just because it was such a big momentous occasion.
Say
for
it
the
isn't
club.
so.
I had a driver. That's all I'm gonna say. My lovely.
That was Matt at the end of the night.
No
He tried
way.
to take a beer.
my lovely drove me home, and
Yes. She was designated driver.
but right at the end of the evening, you'd had a babysitter for your girls. You had them upstairs in the bonus room, and everybody's gone. It was just you and me and our wives and your wild ass children. And
True that.
They were picking on us and poking at us, and finally I went tearing off after one of them. You went after the other one, and this is Angela explained to me, is I went one way, you went the other, chased the girls down, and Buddy was in the middle just peeling out on the hardwoods. Couldn't decide which one of us to go after. Well, unfortunately, I was closer. He got up to my left leg.
This was Buddy in his mind. This was Buddy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He saw this big
Fight was
blue
on.
leg and a Georgia boots. Romeo's, where you know what I'm talking about. You probably know. But
Yeah.
slip on.
I know exactly what you're talking
slip-ons.
about.
Justin's.
He saw no. They're
sorry.
Georgia boots.
Yeah.
Georgia boot Romeo's are slip on. They're manly boots.
They're
You
not
know.
Converse. Just
You wouldn't know anything about it. Anyways,
Vans, thank you.
he got my left calf and drew blood.
He did, dude.
I got a hole in me.
Yeah, Buddy was straight pissed off at you, dude. And, jeez, holy cow, dude. I apologize. If
That's what he sounded like.
Wow.
He did, dude. Matt comes back to me, and luckily Matt didn't feel a thing because he had indulged in some adult beverages.
Fireball,
And
Pendleton.
he goes, that little sucker. Look at he drew blood. He didn't even flinch though. The big lurch didn't even flinch. Dude.
I had some PBRs, some Coors Lights.
He
some
looked at Buddy.
Fireball, and some Pendleton.
He just, yeah, dude. Oh, so I apologize, dude. And before the
Yeah, that's all right.
podcast,
How is your life? Your home, not your life insurance. Your homeowners pretty good.
you were asking me that before the podcast, and it's not going to be very good anymore. Apparently,
I'd refuse to answer that question.
I do.
On grounds that it may incriminate me.
So anyways, we do have some content for the podcast here. Let's get right into it. We got a voicemail, and actually I will say we got 3 voicemails that I haven't played yet, from Greg, and we probably mutilate this one too. Greg Gaxiola. That's how I say it.
That's how I'd say it.
I'd say it too.
Yeah, well, he's been a huge.
Gagiola.
I've talked to him on the phone. And I don't think I.
Why don't you ask him, dude?
Yeah, I will next time I talk.
Gagiola.
Say, are we mutilating your name? Because he does donate to the show. And sorry, Greg, if we're mutilating your name and you haven't told us yet. But anyways, LD has talked to him, and like I say, huge supporter from Sequoia National Park area in California, which is where we're going this summer. Ain't that right, boys?
Yes, and I hope it does not rain on us. Every time we take a summer trip, it rains.
It's not gonna rain. Not gonna rain in California.
It was the middle of July. We were in the Yellowstone National Park. It's
Actually, it was August, but keep going.
August, Yellowstone.
Good call.
We're admiring the animals, and then rainstorm, hailstorm. So it doesn't matter where we go.
No. I have been promised by.
We could take it all the way down into Mexico and rain on us in Mexico.
I have been promised by all the. Are they Californians?
Yes.
Okay, Californians, that it is not going to rain on our trip down there.
BS. We'll get wet, so take your rain gear.
But Greg has sent multiple donations and been a supporter of the show since the very beginning and is very involved. Thank you, Greg. Look forward to meeting you this summer in person. Hopefully that'll work out. I know you've been in contact with LD. But anyways, I want to just let you know that he did leave 3 voicemails. I'm only going to play one today. In another episode, I'm going to play the other 2 because they kind of go together. But let's listen to his voicemail real quick here.
Hey, Ryan and all the lab guys, I just wanted to say thank you. This is Greg G. calling from the Sequoia National Park area in California. And just wanted to say what a great job you're doing on all your videos. I enjoy them a lot. I enjoy your blog. And keep up the good work. Thanks a lot. I have sent some donations already, and thanks for the videos also.
And thank you, Greg, for the voicemail.
Greg, you had a perfect opportunity.
Yeah,
Your last name there. He stopped with the G.
He just said, I'm Greg G.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's true. I wasn't even paying it. Yeah, that's right.
I was like, come on.
So we might just have to call him Double G.
There you go.
We can do that.
GG.
But we
Double
do
G.
thank Greg and all the people that have left donations.
Thanks,
and we
Greg.
always mention them and supporting the show. We do want to keep, and like I say, and I've said before, guys, I do put out for sale videos at lawabidingbiker.com/buy videos. You can support us. I've talked about those, but I do put out a ton of free content, including we put out all these free podcasts for people, and we do want to keep it coming your way. But it is a lot of work, and so anything you can give back, and some of the money we have put into a little bit better equipment, so that we can do a little bit more, and we hope that keeps going. So thank you so much. What do we got next, guys? What are we doing here? Oh, yeah, dude. This just came up today, in fact. You guys, I reposted it on the Law Abiding Biker Facebook page. And it was a cool video, and I'm trying to think did you send it to me first?
I posted it on the Sworn Few page and the Sworn Few Big River page.
And so I nabbed it and shared it directly on the Law Abiding Biker Facebook page. And I'm also, as you guys know, I do copious show notes. And I will be embedding the post right in the show. And again, it's always lawabidingbiker.com/ and the episode number.
I haven't seen this. This will be new for me.
Well,
it's cool.
You know what?
Yeah.
It is cool, and I will embed that post and video right in. Anyways, it's a lady, and she's folding chaps, right? Chaps.
They're not shaps.
Sorry, I always screw that up.
You and I have had this conversation. It's CH.
Who had this conversation? Me and you?
You and I have had this conversation.
Never.
Did you always call them shaps?
Never.
Like there's not like it's SHA. It's chaps. What do you put on your lip?
Chapstick.
Do you put chapstick or you put chapstick on there? You put chapstick on your lips. You don't put chapstick.
Well, Matt, I could bring back some bad memories. Have you ever seen me?
Yes, I have.
In chaps with nothing on.
Oh, I
underneath?
saw you had a bandana, goggles, and chaps.
Dude, not a cool sight.
Don't get an adjoining room with one Ryan Erlacher.
Well, I was tired, dude. I forgot to put on my undies.
Tired? You forgot to put your whole outfit on.
Except for his chaps.
I walk in his room, dude.
We rode all day, but back then this was all day. LD all day. This was to Spokane, so we rode all day.
That still is all day, dude.
Well, it's tough to get there one way or the other, but we were on our old bikes. We didn't have our baggers, so we get there. It took us all day. We might have had a couple stops along the way for some watering holes, and we get to our room, and my brother and I are getting cleaned up, and the door knocks, the adjoining door, and here comes Ryan with nothing on but his chaps, goggles, because you got to have your goggles on, and a head bandana.
For safety.
Yeah.
For safety, the helmet.
It's one of those things where you go, you don't normally look a guy at the waist, so you make eye contact, and then you go, "You're what?" And you look down, and you're no.
Yeah, and
disturbing.
Yeah, bad memories, dude. We have some good times on our summer trips.
Chapstick, not shapstick.
Okay, chaps. But anyways, this gal, and I'm looking at our Facebook page here. I did put it on our Facebook page, lawabidingbiker.com/Facebook, if you want to connect with us.
I'm gonna try.
It would be good about now because we'll probably be well over 1,000 likes by the time this one comes out. But this is, it's hard to, Wui Ray Oviedo Echevarria with MP RMA Davenport at Stormy Hill Harley Davidson. And it looks like on Sunday from Clement, Florida. Anyways, that's where this Harley Davidson shop is. This gal does a video, and I'm serious about this, and I know LD can attest to this too.
I'm watching it right now as you're talking about it.
Are you? It is cool as heck. And this gal at a Harley Davidson store, I don't know if she's an employee there or what, but
she's got an HD shirt on.
Yeah, she shows how to fold chaps appropriately, and how you can basically fold them within themselves and make them really small, and then you can button them to themselves. Is that what you saw, LD?
Yeah,
it was new to me.
It's a slick deal.
And I've been riding for a long time.
Whoa.
No, wait, you haven't even got to the best part.
No,
there.
yeah. She's starting to...
and she explains it all. Of course, you don't have the voice on. It wouldn't make sense to the podcast audience.
But she's showing how typically people fold them.
Right. And how they typically fall apart when you're looking for something in your bag.
Yeah.
Now she's getting to the good stuff.
Plus, they're always bulky, right? We talked about that, LD. And Lurch, we fold them, and you do the best you can rolling them up, but they take up an ass load of space.
They do take my jacket and my chaps take my whole saddlebag. I pretty much just give up one saddlebag for leather.
Yep. So she, thanks LD for finding this.
Now you'll be taking up about a quarter of your bag.
Yeah. And I'm serious, guys. I've seen a lot of stuff, but we try to share as much as we can, and I try to share as much as I can on the Facebook page. I've shared some other stuff recently, but I did share this, and I'm telling you, whether you see it on the Facebook page or you go to lawabidingbiker.com/ and then whatever episode number this is going to be, it will be there. It's definitely a great riding tip, and something that I am going to implement. I haven't practiced it yet. It's not real difficult the way she shows it, but
but it's
they're
always
about half the size. Yeah, you're right. I haven't tried it yet.
As soon as you lay them out, you're going to be going, how in the hell did she do that again?
She does a fairly good tutorial video. Maybe once I figure it out, we'll throw out a tutorial video on it. What do you think?
I dig.
Oh, all three of us will have a competition on who can do it the fastest.
That might be a mess.
It will be a mess.
Yeah, she gets it down to a pretty small package.
Yeah, but see how she snaps them together?
Yeah, I kind of like that.
That's so they won't fall apart when you're digging in your bag for stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. Anyways, guys, check that out. That will be in the show notes. I wanted to talk about that first. So
the only
what's
thing
next?
that goes in my saddlebag on that side is my chaps.
Oh,
my jacket.
He did it.
My chaps, my jacket, and my sworn few.
He did it, LD. He said
I did.
chaps.
No, I did.
And he said sensual.
My chaps.
Yes, he did.
My jacket and my sworn few MC water bottle that may or may not be holding some other liquid.
He also
True that.
He also said small package several times.
That's pretty impressive though. Yeah.
True.
I could have just said I
I
could use
missed
your
that.
name. And
Good job on paying attention.
next time I'll say small package, I'll just say LD. She made a really small LD out of that.
Oh, geez. Here we go.
I'm hung like a hamster, man. I hit the legs on the ground.
All right. That's enough. Okay. Anyways, LD, what do we got up on the hopper next?
Turn my phone
That's
back
farm
on.
talk, by the way.
That is farm
If you guys
talk.
have it.
Up on the hopper?
What's in the hopper next? Yep. Isn't that farm talk?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sounds good.
4 or 2-point docking hardware plates on a 2014 Harley Davidson.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You threw out a free lab video recently?
I absolutely did.
Hey, who records all your lab videos?
Oh, God, dude, I do.
You use a tripod?
Yes.
Wow.
I have some equipment.
Yeah.
I
thought his daughter helped him. Maybe.
I figured it was
I
his
wish.
daughter, his oldest daughter.
I wish I had help, but sometimes, and as we get more into this, I'm going to have you guys help me, but I'm trying to make, I have some.
You really want a peanut gallery around?
I'd probably move around too much to hold that camera still.
Yeah, probably.
We'll need a rig. You can be yeah. We'll need two of us.
I'm working towards, I have, okay, decent video equipment. I have good editing equipment, but I'm working towards eventually, I'd like to get some more professional video equipment because we're doing more of these videos.
Sponsored is what I'm thinking.
I do. And we are getting some,
About like
we are
Sony
getting some sponsors.
or GoPro,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, they do. They do not sponsor us, but they do sponsors, and there's tons of people that do sponsors. So we are working on some of that and some advertising this year. And like I say, in past episode, we're going into 2014 really strong, and we had a great 2013. And we really need to. We're working on subsidizing this thing because we're all throwing a lot of effort into it. But hopefully, I'll be able to eventually. Somehow get some better video equipment because I want to just make the videos better and better for you guys. And like I say, we do throw out a lot of free ones. And I threw that one out a couple months ago, but this is the first time I had to mention it.
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
Because we only do our podcast episodes and we literally cannot get everything in. I have to pick and choose each episode what we're actually going to talk about. So, new lab video release. It is how to install. This is super important for anybody who is buying a new 2014 or above or thinking about it.
Good info.
Yeah, how to install 4 or 2-point docking hardware plates on a 2014. Can you explain what the docking hardware plates are there, one of you? I need a drink. Sorry, my mouth's getting dry.
Go ahead.
The docking hardware is, depending on the accessory, how you want to accessorize the back end of your bike.
Accessory.
Accessory.
That's how Chewy would
That's
say
how
it.
Chewy says accessory.
Accessories.
You can accessorize with a 2-point docking hardware for your sissy bar, and the 2-point is one on each side, and then there's a.
But with the 2-point,
what's the front one called? That's not really a.
No, but let's stick with the 2-point. That's
right. The 2-point. There's a point on each side. That's the 2-point.
And what he's talking about is the rear fender. It goes on both sides, and so that you can hook a detachable sissy bar.
Right. And what's the part that it slides onto on the front? Is
Those
that
are the struts.
Okay, the strut. Is that what that is?
You mean on the fenders?
Yeah,
the fender struts. Yeah, there's or fender supports.
Yeah, the fender supports.
Yeah, the chrome. Sorry, yeah, I didn't mean struts. The chrome fender supports.
Right.
And
they just slide onto those, and those are on every bike. And then you clip in the 2-point docking on the two. It locks in on one on each side, 2 points.
Right.
And then if you want to add a trunk, you need a 4-point docking
or
system.
a luggage rack.
Correct.
So don't mess around. Get your 4-point.
Yeah. Get your 4-point. You can
just
put
get
everything
the
on
4-point.
And if
Just
you have
do
the
it.
4-point, you can do 2-point accessories as well as
Right.
4-point accessories.
Right. That's why you should just get the 4-point.
Great point on that. And so the docking hardware actually bolts on, but I make it very easy in a step-by-step tutorial video without skipping any steps.
Without skipping any steps.
Is free. Well, that's what pisses me off about a lot of YouTube videos. I think that's why our videos are getting so many hits. We've got
Copious notes.
Well, we've got
we don't skip any steps.
We don't skip any steps. In our maintenance video, we've got I haven't looked for a while, but like 70,000 views. And
is
then
that the one I star in? Or?
That is the one you star in. Although your face never shows for a reason. No, it does.
I think we saw your wrist at one point, your shoulder.
He did.
Maybe your back.
Well, I mean, we didn't want to just turn into an online dating service.
Right,
I mean,
right.
We couldn't afford the. Our email server does not take that much information.
That would
No,
be.
it does not.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah. Do I have lab emails for you guys? No, I only have Sworn Few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
Yeah.
I can't keep track of that now.
Rob at swornfewmc.com. Anyways, he's happily engaged, so there'll be no dating service for him. But I did do a free video, and it is lawabidingbiker.com/docking hardware. It will be in the show notes. And like I say, we probably have like over 100 on all our videos. I haven't looked at stats in like 2 months, but at that time it was like 175,000 views of the different videos that we put out there, the free ones. So
Kind of a big deal, aren't you?
well, it's and I don't even think it's that. It's yeah.
Let's just be honest.
It's not. It's because the videos. I truly believe I had watched a lot of YouTube videos. That's what got me interested in doing it. Is guys just get way too ahead of themselves and don't really. They skip over things.
Are they afraid if it's too long, people won't watch it?
I don't know.
That's what I would suggest.
I don't know. I just get pissed off at YouTube videos because, and I watch a lot of techie ones too, and guys talk. A lot of guys talk in a level that is not. You know what I mean? And they expect you to know something you don't know. So I make them for everybody. And if you already know that, cool. You know what I'm saying? If you know it, cool, then skip over it. But if you don't and it wasn't there, then it makes it very difficult. So I that's my gut instinct, is that guys just, and again, my for sale videos are even as much or even more very detailed and step by step. I don't know. Yeah, like we talked about in the last podcast, guys don't like read instructions.
Right.
So if they can watch a quick video and see it and feel it and hear it, then it makes it easier and less stress on them. I don't like reading instructions either. So anyways, check that video, guys, out. And I will tell you, you guys that are buying 2014 and above, your docking hardware, of course, it bolts on, and I show you how to do that, but it's both to install a removable luggage rack and a removable passenger backrest, like Rob said, or a trunk. Now, this is super important. You'll want to tune up here. The Harley-Davidson, and I learned this on my own because I bought
This is a money saver here.
It is. And I bought a 2014 right when they came
And
out.
you sold your old stuff.
I
didn't you?
did. But I bought my 2014 in the fall of 2013. Not even the Harley dealer knew if my docking hardware was
And you
going to
got
work.
rid of all your old stuff, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Yep. Not all of it. Just the docking, and that's what I'm getting to. Is I didn't know, and Harley didn't know, and I had to do, again, so much freaking research. But I
So
did.
you got lucky. You sold the docking, but you still had
I didn't get lucky. I looked into it.
Okay.
And Harley didn't even know. And I had to do a whole bunch of calling, and I figured it out. And I can't remember exactly how I figured it out, but I did the research for you guys, kind of like on the Boombox videos and the Boombox software video. I figured it out, and I nailed it down for you guys. So I'm telling you right here on the podcast, if you're buying a 2014,
You heard it right here. Listen.
you did. And it sucks that you have to find this stuff out your own, because I asked them when I bought the Harley. I asked the dealer, I'm like, am I going to have to get new docking hardware? We're not sure. Do you know where I can look? They're like, not really. We haven't even been told yet. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
After trading in my first Harley, you traded yours in ahead of mine, and you gave them a lot of your stuff. And so your advice to me was, don't give them anything that ain't stock on that bike, pretty much, because it ain't going to affect the cost of your bike. So I kept a lot of my stuff.
Very important.
And what I couldn't reuse, I sold.
And I talk about that. I can't remember the exact blog, but very good point is this last bike I bought. The only thing you really leave is like handlebars, because
stuff
those
that are worn.
If it's going to take you more time, and you got to think of your hourly rate
Right.
to uninstall it than what it's going to net you on eBay or selling it somewhere else,
Yeah.
then leave it.
I couldn't take my apes off and sell them for what I put into them.
No, you wouldn't, because they're all wired and
Yeah.
everything. But when you're talking about things like docking hardware, don't sell your custom seat. You get jack crap both privately.
I kept all my
and
custom seats
yeah.
because of your experience. So I kept
Yes.
all my seats and I sold them afterwards. And the two extra seats I had paid for enough for my new custom seat, my bike.
I have a question. How much is a 4-point docking hardware system?
It is $159.95 if you buy from Harley, and I really haven't found them any cheaper than that.
And there will be a link on the show notes.
Yes, you're
Are
skipping way
you
ahead.
speeding us up a little bit?
No,
We
he-
got off topic.
No, he's doing good, but
I didn't want
he's-
him to forget that.
He's
Okay.
totally skipped. Yeah, no, that's good. I appreciate it. But yeah, we definitely be careful. We'll talk about that later. Hopefully, in a future podcast, I will jot a note down. But yeah, just take your stuff off. You don't get anything more for it. What LD was getting at is very true. Is Harley Davidson used the same Harley docking hardware plates from 2009 to 2013. And this is through my research, and it is fact. Because I did it myself. And for 2014 Harley-Davidson touring models, you must purchase and install a new 4-point or 2-point docking hardware plate system. And of course, this video shows you how to do that. Now, the question arises, do you have a question, LD?
However, my accessories will continue to attach, correct?
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. And yes, the great part is,
What's up, trunk brother?
and you know what?
Boom.
I'll be quite honest. I bought this stuff because nobody had it, and so I bought the docking hardware, hoping that my other older stuff would attach to this docking system. I didn't know because nobody could tell me, so I figured if I bought it and it didn't work, then I would just sell my backrest and luggage rack, and then have to frickin' buy a new. But I didn't, and I will tell you from my experience, as I put on the new 2014 docking plates. There'll be a link to it directly in the show notes here. And also, if you already have an older backrest, trunk, or luggage rack, it will fit the new 2014 docking hardware plate. So the only thing you need to replace is the docking hardware. And of course, this is all in the blog and show notes for this show. So,
And that's your tech tip of.
that's not, I don't even know if that's a tech tip. That's a
tech tip.
That is
right.
a tech tip.
All right, there you go. That'll be our tech tip
Not
of the day.
tech as a nerdy tech.
Oh,
that's
no,
tech
okay,
as
all right.
in
Like
Mark's Little Parts.
I don't have.
That's a redneck tech tip.
Yeah. Are you? Can you not sit up straight, or
I'm relaxing.
he's kicked back in the chair and he has to pull the mic down?
I'm
to
a
him?
day shifter. It's past my bedtime.
Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, there you go, guys. Hopefully that is very helpful to you because, like I said, I figured it out and I ordered those plates on a whim, hoping that my old backrest and luggage rack would fit, and they did. So
Good info.
yes, thank you very much, and it's in the blog. It's in the show
What's
notes.
good info?
Yeah, jeez.
Penny dropping.
That is why, you peaked the mixer. Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's some good info. Right
That's
there.
always good info. Yeah. I'm always listening. All right, guys.
That's probably my favorite podcast moment out of all our podcasts.
Yeah, that's some good info right there. I'm like, did he even hear what they said?
I know, dude. I know. So, I guess it is time for Surprise Jeopardy. And it's a segue. It's a
As
segue
the
right
Irish-
into our next topic.
As the Irish would say, shite.
Okay, guys, here we go. Because it's going to get into, it's going to get into an email and a little bit of discussion that we're going to have here. So, here is the Surprise Jeopardy of the day. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Sorry if I popped
Yeah,
the
when you
deal
yell at
Yeah, that's
Hold
bad.
on. Yes.
All right, here is
Good
the
job.
question of the day.
I don't do that very often, so I have to apologize to the audience for cracking your speakers.
Yes, cracking the ears. Okay, Happy Days is an American television sitcom that aired first run from what year to what year did Happy Days run?
Okay.
So from what year did
I
it
need
start?
Hang on. I need to make a little disclaimer here. I don't know how old you guys think I am, but I've never even seen that damn show.
Wow.
Are you serious?
I've heard of it, but I've never
You never
seen
saw
it.
Happy Days?
Nope.
Hey, oh,
I forget. How old are you, LD?
34.
Okay, I'm 41.
I was born in 79.
I'll be 40 this year.
Yeah, so we're about the same, but I thought Happy Days was still playing reruns.
We saw the second half probably.
From the last podcast, if you remember, I was out playing baseball, football, and basketball with my friends. I
Yeah,
was
well-
not watching TV.
And what you were watching, like, what shows would he have been watching?
Chips.
Chip. Oh, well, that's...
Oh yeah, they
that's
didn't
a
ride
good-
motorcycles in that show either. Okay.
Yep. So,
I didn't watch much TV.
1972 to 1978.
dude, that's not bad.
What is 1972 to 1978?
Thank you very much.
Am I close?
What is
You are.
1973 to 1981?
Ooh. All right, guys. Anyways, Happy Days ran from 74 to 84.
Oh,
So you're both right in there. That's good, actually. Very, very good. This is a funny article I found, and that's why we are leading into this. I'm looking at it. Oh, you know what? Let's skip the email for now, and let's roll right into this. And this is a funny article that I found that I thought was noteworthy to talk about. Have you, LD, seriously, have you ever seen, can you quit doing that, dude?
I have not.
Because it bangs and then you peek when you pull
No,
it
it
up to your
doesn't.
mouth.
It's fine. Everything's going to be fine.
You've never seen it? You don't know who the Fonzarelli is?
I've heard, hey, the Fonz, but I don't know who the hell he is.
wow, really?
Really.
That's sad.
I like doing this.
Well, it doesn't make for good audio quality, trust me, because you're half down or you're all the way up. So
Okay, I'm up and ready to roll.
there you go. Thank you very much. That's much better. So
Arthur
Just because I need
Fonzarelli?
a drink of my beer.
Arthur Fonzarelli?
yeah, Arthur
whoever that is.
Fonzarelli. See, Matt knows. Okay, so I'm sorry this content is not apparently for LD, but remember Fonz in the episode?
He wore the jeans, the white T-shirt, the biker jacket, the typical biker jacket.
Hey, and he hit the jukebox. Remember?
Dude, you are.
Hey.
I've seen like little clips here and there,
Oi,
but I've never
ayo.
watched it.
Ayo, oi.
Okay, I was born in 79. It went off air in 84. I was
Listen.
5 years old.
The Fonz is the kind of guy that could walk up to a jukebox not working and just go, yo, and just slap it. And,
Hey.
And it just started working.
Yeah, he was cool. He wore a leather coat.
He was super cool.
And what else, Matt? Did he ride a motorcycle?
Well,
He
they
didn't.
led you to believe they did. That he
Well,
did.
as far as we know, until today, till you read the show notes.
I thought he did until I
Thank
see
you.
your show notes.
You can't let the audience in. See,
Well, yes,
Right.
he rode a motorcycle.
He was on the movie Grease.
That's kind of that's the same look, the greaser look.
I've,
white.
I've seen him, but I don't never watch the show.
Well, you need to go back and watch those because it will
no.
it will please your soul to watch a good sitcom that they don't
Happy
make
days,
anything like
man.
that anymore, dude.
I didn't watch TV. I still don't watch that
It
much
was the
TV.
Sons of Anarchy of its time.
Oh, my God.
Saint Lurch, you remember it? Thursday, Friday, happy days.
Nope. I don't know.
Yeah, but you remember it.
Yeah.
You ever heard it, LD?
No, I'll watch for it on TV Land. You know where they show the old, outdated shows?
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, here we go.
You can hold me when I hold you. So right.
Can't be wrong.
Where'd it go?
And we're rocking all or something.
I'm going to ask my woman if she's ever seen it.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, she's older than you.
No, she's not. She's younger than I am.
She is?
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought she was a year older. than you.
Good
Okay.
job. Good job there.
Sorry about
Well,
that.
that's going to piss her off.
Mrs.
Good
LD.
job. Well, good job.
But anyways, yeah, this was a funny article. So I know a lot of listeners out there know exactly what Lurch and I are talking about, the Happy Days and the Fonzie. And he was a biker and apparently led us all to believe that, of course, it was TV. And
Tell me it's not so.
I know, dude, it's going to burst your bubble. But yeah, come to find out, dude, he did not actually ride a motorcycle.
Oh.
I know. So there we go. Everybody is sad about that, I'm sure.
Let me break your bubble over there, Mr. Chips.
No,
Those
nothing
guys
with my bubble.
Those guys sat there on the trailer and sat on the bikes. You ever watch Chips when they're
It's
riding?
funny
they hit the
because
same
I'm doing
little
another
bumps and
episode
everything.
on chips like this.
Okay, then I won't
But I'm
talk
going
about
to
it.
throw it in. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta.
I have it in my show notes.
I have a response for you. So this
Okay.
was my question. Have you ever seen Happy Days? Her question. The show? I said yes.
Jeez. No.
She says, this is a quote. No, I was born in 1982, not 1962.
That's
Oh.
LD's fiance.
Ms. LD.
Well, you missed a great part of history. But anyways, I'm going to put it in the show notes. It's a great article, but let's listen in. This is a couple little interview excerpts from the one, the only, you don't remember his real name?
Henry Winkler.
Henry Winkler. And he's been in some movies since too. Yeah.
He's been doing more producing and whatnot. Since
Correct.
then.
So let me play this little clip for you. This is an interview, of course, with a couple other people, but you'll know Henry Winkler when you hear him. Here we go.
Henry came in from the streets of New York. I was looking. He was from Yale Drama School and didn't want Yale Drama School particularly, but an actor's an actor.
The Fonz was, first of all, he was my alter ego. He was everybody I wasn't. You know, I was a bowl of jelly in my life, not very confident.
Henry was perfect for that role. I mean, if you had interviewed Henry Winkler with his background, you probably would have never even considered him for that role. Highly educated, comes from a good family, European background, went to Yale.
And I can't ride a motorcycle.
Couldn't ride it himself, Henry
What?
Winkler, altogether. He rode about 40 yards, and it wasn't so good after that.
40 yards.
One of the first days on the set, they say, look, you just have to go 5 feet. We're inside. You just have to pull up. And so I, being dyslexic, had no idea what the bing and the boom and the bing and the boom, and got to turn it and pull it. And I gunned it and rammed into the sound truck, nearly killed the director of photography, put the bike down, slid under the truck, and they took the bike out first because they rented that. And then they said, are you okay? And they said, probably we're never going to let you do that again. And so for the next 10 years, they put me on a board on wheels and pulled me. And I looked like I was.
Holy crap.
I've never ridden a motorcycle again in my life.
Rides like Chewy.
Yeah, no doubt. Anyways, that was a YouTube little clip that I played from YouTube about that. It's Happy Days Fonzie's Motorcycle Archive interviews and excerpts. It will be in the show notes.
Fonz was a fraud.
Yeah, you know,
that hurts me just a little bit.
But it's kind of interesting, and I caught that article, and I'm like, I got to check that out. But yeah, apparently he did have dyslexia and some other issues.
I have heard that in other interviews he's done.
Yeah.
I've seen him in some shows, some movies.
Let's see. It says here, I'm reading an article. It says, motorcycle during the 10 years Happy Days, difficult for him to coordinate the clutch, throttle, and brake because he has dyslexia, which made it difficult for him to do all those things. So, very interesting.
Doesn't dyslexia make you read backwards?
Well, apparently it makes you... Well, I think everything's backwards. I don't think it's just reading. Because right here it says, which made it difficult for him to coordinate the clutch, throttle, and brake.
So did he squeeze the brake when he was supposed to be squeezing the clutch, or what?
That can be a problem. And apparently that's what happened because he almost killed somebody, apparently.
So they mounted him to a board,
so they
drug
mounted
him around.
Dude, it just burst my bubble. On the I still like the Fonz.
Style.
Yeah.
He is a cool dude.
I'm keeping it right here in my brain of how the Fonz really was, because he was like a hero to me.
Don't let it ruin you.
No, he was like a hero. So what we got next, guys? What do we got next up here? Why don't you do some emails? LD, you want to do anything here? Or
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Hang on. Okay.
And again, this is all set it up for LD while he's looking it up, but this is via a website comment. And this is super important information too. This is just full of information, this episode. But it's via the website comment, and it's reference the 2014 Street Glide special review that I did, and video can be found at lawabidingbiker.com/2014 Street Glide special. Ton of hits on that video. And Steve made a comment on that blog. So go ahead.
Steve says, I'm thinking about 14 Street Glide special. I ride 2 up a lot. How's the passenger comfort? How is the rear suspension? I currently ride a 2011 Road King Classic, which is pretty comfortable for my wife. And Ryan's response is...
Well, hang on. Yeah. What do you think about the suspension there, LD? What do you have? Do you have a...
12 Street Glide.
Yeah, do you have the air suspension?
No.
Okay, you do, Matt, still.
Yeah, I have an 08, and I have the rear.
Where you can fluctuate. I had that in my 2011, so... All right, go ahead.
You have the same suspension I do now, right? The dial?
No.
Air in yours?
No, and this is what we're trying to figure out, and that's what this is so important about. We're kind of putting it out in the community there, because I have some answers, but basically what and people have been leaving it on the comments on the website. They've been emailing me, asking me. Mine, I don't find any adjusters whatsoever on it. Now, that's the Street Glide Special 2014. Now
We're going to look at that before I leave tonight.
Yeah, no, do. I've pulled the bag. I've looked at it. It doesn't have. Trust me, there isn't.
But the
anything.
regular Street Glide might.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
That one of the community members, and thank you so much. And I'm sorry that I can't remember who that was, but they emailed me and said, "Hey, just to let you know, I got a
Rob G.
Who is it? Oh, Rob G answers. Okay, well that's perfect. So go on with my response, and then you can read the next one.
Okay, it says my response. Speaking for
Which
Ryan,
is me, yes.
Because he doesn't make this for everybody to read. Anyway, says, you'll be very happy with the 2014.
Start over. I just start over.
Okay, Ryan's response.
Richard.
Ryan's response is in the email says, you'll be very happy with the 2014 Street Glide Special. Much more comfy than the Road King, I dare say. You can, of course, put a high dollar seat on, sissy bar, etc. Sky's the limit if you want to, if you have lots of money. The suspension is great and much better than my 2011 Street Glide. Thanks for commenting, brother. And then via the same comment blog thread as above, Street Glide Special Review blog and video.
So basically what we have
Someone
here,
else chimes in.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. There you go.
And so this is a thread that we're reading through.
Some other law-abiding
Look at this
bikers
guy.
throwing out their comments.
You like that?
Talking
thread.
about threads and everything,
Oh, yeah.
dude. I like it.
It's on the interweb.
Dude.
Magic box.
Yeah.
LB in the house. Go ahead. Sorry.
This is pretty much trending.
It's pretty much trending. You don't even know what that means, dude. Oh my
It means he's a
God.
big deal around here.
Yeah, just read it.
So Rob G answers Mike's question about whether or not all 2014 Street Glides have adjustable air shocks. Rob says the regular 2014 Street Glides do indeed have an adjustable rear air shock. You do not need a Harley-specific pump, but should use a specialized shock pump. The pump easily allows you to add, remove air, and has a gauge built in. I keep my pump in my saddlebag. It is very small. Never use an air compressor. And the reason you don't want to use an air compressor is because
you
they
explode them.
go up to how many pounds?
Well, it's too fast.
And you want to pump that air in slow. I mean, almost like the small little bicycle pumps that back in the 80s you used to mount to your
That's what
frame.
they are. It's
Yeah.
like pumping up your basketball.
Pump it slow.
Yeah, just pump it
Give
nice and slow.
And
Like in the movies.
ridiculous.
Back and bring it forward slowly.
And then,
LD keeps a pump in his saddlebag, but it's a different kind of pump.
yeah, oh yeah, you never know when you're going to need it.
All right.
He has
And
a
then-
Richard pump.
Okay. This is ridiculous.
Turn that music off.
We're going nowhere here. I interrupt this regularly scheduled podcast, and I apologize for that, guys, but I just want to let you know that the 2014 Street Glide Special does have adjustable rear shocks. I took off my left saddlebag. There is a dial there. It's not an air pump style, but it is a dial. As far as adjusting your rear shocks, it's integrated, so you will not find a dial on both sides, but you will find a dial on your behind your left saddlebag if you were sitting on the bike your left side. So it is there. It is adjustable. I have not played with it a lot from stock settings. In a upcoming podcast, I'm going to mess with it. I'm going to get it dialed in and let you guys know exactly how to adjust that thing and what some of the best settings are. So just wanted to throw that at you. All right, back to the program. The
Hydraulic.
the dial, yeah,
It's
it makes
hydraulic.
the hydraulics.
You turn it.
The spring,
Yes.
stiffer or looser,
Okay.
right?
Stiffer or looser.
So, okay, dang it, dude. We
I like it stiffer.
said it.
I like it looser, whatever.
We never.
Sometimes you just like to tighten her up. And,
The more we go on with this podcast, the less mature we get.
well, it's the second one of the night.
You're right. True that.
The Fonz never rode a motorcycle?
Okay, so what say you, Matt?
They drug him on a board.
What do I say?
Yeah, about the. You have any tips for the putting air in those? There are some specific tips for the audience.
Being
know?
that I have as much money as you guys have, and I have an old bike.
Since I didn't put it in the show notes, do you know what to do?
I know that I screw on my little Harley Davidson pump, which you don't have to have, but I like the Harley Davidson pump because it has the gauge built right into it.
And it has the little emblem on it.
Well,
Right.
whatever. I'm not going to go down to the sports warehouse, get a little half-assed bike pump and put it on there. So I got this nice little Harley pump that folds up. Of course you did.
I'm cheap.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
So go ahead. No, go ahead.
So
Matt's just taking a drink.
So
Don't worry about that.
What you should do is you should screw on your pump, and there's a button on the side you press to let a little air out. It's a very important you let a little air out first.
No, you need to.
Yes.
You need to put 5 pounds in before.
We're almost done here. Do we need to have your wife go start making his bed? Because I don't think
Yeah,
he's
I know.
going
Dude.
anywhere.
I tell you what.
Whatever.
The way I understand it, and
That might be the way you understand it.
Okay, go ahead. Because if you want to give incorrect information to the law-abiding biker,
I'll tell you the way I do it, and my bike still rides just fine.
it will unless you're way down on air. Unless you're way down on.
Just pump it up. It don't matter. Put about 25, 30 pounds in, you're good.
Yeah, they do say if you are going to let air out, they do want you to put 5
Well,
pounds.
if you're letting air out.
If you're going to
what
let,
if you're putting air in?
it doesn't matter then. Just put air in.
I like to let a little bit out first just to make sure it's working.
Yes.
I don't think it's wrong. I'm just telling you
Right.
that I like to let a little bit out first, then I pump it up.
I will tell you what Harley says. They would like you, and it usually works if you're up a ways, but if you get down to where you like hardly have any air pressure, for whatever reason, they say you should put 5 pounds in first before you let it out, so at least you know you have 5 pounds in.
Well, that makes sense, but why
because
if you
get
no air?
But if you get it all the way down, because they can leak, and what will happen is if you let the air out, you'll let the fluids out too.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, and that's why they say just add 5.
You don't ever want to let the fluids out. That's real bad.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Is it's actually in the Harley manual. If you ever read yours, which apparently you don't.
The longer the ride, you're gonna need those fluids.
It's just a guide.
Right.
It's just a guide. Okay?
LD's in the gutter over there. But yeah, just put some air in before you let any out, so you don't go down to 0, and I guess some fluids can come out of there. So be careful with that.
And you know,
I can't I don't even know how to say this.
My
seriously.
manual gives me a range of air to put in for a solo rider or 2-up.
Mine did too.
You know, your Harley Davidson salesman and or parts person might tell you more.
I have a question.
I think I played with it. I went really low, kind of high, just kind of worked my way up and down till I found a pressure that I liked. What is your question, LD?
Nothing.
No, I have a serious question.
Sure you do.
No, how often do you guys check the pressure in your? Do you set
I
it?
don't anymore because I don't have that bike.
Because you don't know how to work your bike. But so do you set it and just assume it's going to stay at that, or
No.
you check it once a month every time you do oil change before your trips?
I honestly check mine about once a month, and because when I bought my bike, it wasn't handling real well, and I found out it had almost zero air in it. I pumped it up to where it should be, and since I've checked it about every month, I've never had a problem.
Yeah.
But I put a little extra
Fair
air in
enough.
it. When my Beautiful's on the back and I have the trunk on and it's loaded, I put a little more air in than I normally have when it's just me.
Good. I've never messed with mine. To be honest with you.
Yep.
It's a different.
You never adjusted yours?
No.
Not the air, but you have the
Yeah, I have
dials.
the dial. I've never just whether I'm riding 2-up, 1-up, trunk, loaded,
Right.
whatever. I've never messed with it. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but
Well, I don't think they.
If you don't bottom out, it's not wrong. You know,
sometimes I bottom out though.
Then you could probably use a little more. Then you could probably use a little more pressure, or you're hitting
Less pressure, probably.
or you're hitting a pothole.
You probably want less pressure for bottoming out.
God, dude. Okay, we're done. Absolutely done with the
We
subject.
had 2 big topics. We haven't got to either one. What
I know,
when you're done?
That's how this podcast goes.
Moving on.
And I'm going to have to move him to the next episode because we never even got to our main topic. But it's been a very informational and good episode. Okay. You got both your lungs there, brother?
Let's go have a cigar.
So, because we got to neither of our main topics, I don't think we have time for either. So let's do something that we've been putting on the back burner for a long time, and that is let's do a review, a tech tip of the day, and it's going to be the number one app used by our club, the Sworn Few MC.
It has the worst name in the world.
See, there we go. And we've been meaning to do okay, what are you throwing at me? There goes his phone.
There goes his iPhone.
He just dropped his phone. But it's an app we've been using for a long, long time, since the inception of the Sworn Few. And we still use it, and it helps us immensely. So let's get into that. And the name of the app is... Oh, they're on their seats. And it works. The cool thing about this app, it is called... And I'll have it in the show notes, but it is called the GroupMe... That's GroupMe app.
What's your problem with the name, LD?
This sounds like a porn movie.
Because we're just, yeah.
Group me into a group of people. I don't know what that sounds so dirty to you.
Have another drink.
I will not.
From the guy that didn't see Happy Days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, dude. So let's talk.
He's upset because I didn't agree with his,
right
idea of our the app about being pornographic.
So let's get in, because we are running low on time. Let's get right into the app review.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, talk about it a little bit, Lurch. It's on Android platform, which is cool because we
Yep.
do have.
Yep. We do have a few members of the club that are still stuck.
Now
in
that they're fully
Stone
patched in,
Ages.
though.
Well, that's actually part of the
It is
club
part-
bylaws. You have to have an iPhone,
within 6 months.
a Dodge truck, and a Harley bike.
Right. Within 6 months, you must have an iPhone, and no, we
We're just kidding.
appreciate the Android users out there. I just don't have a lot of experience with them. But anyways, it is good for both platforms. Talk about it a little bit, either of you.
It's a group texting, basically. I mean, to make it simple, it's just a group text. I send one text or one informational piece out through GroupMe, and it goes to all my brothers. And we've decided, because we now have our mother chapter and another chapter, we have an officers chapter, which I don't know if you're going to include anybody else in from the other crew, but we have that, and then we have our regular one. So the group, which is just the officers, we can actually hold some impromptu votes if we have to, for donations or emergency type things.
Right. What do you have on it, LD?
It's a good app, I think. The uses are limitless because, like he said, we have a group going, and we have an officers group going. You can do individual messages.
Yep.
And you can log into a computer and view messages. You can log in just on your phone. You can create your own username. You can have your own. What is it when you have a picture?
And this is more like an
avatar.
Instant
your own
messaging.
avatar. Yeah, it's like
Check me out.
It's almost like a Facebook messaging, but you have multiple people on it. So yeah, I like it.
The only thing I would say is if you're going to send a message, like I was going to send a message to you about coming over to my house at a specific time, the whole damn group doesn't need to know about it. You can
use private. I use just texting for that.
Yeah, it can be abused, but that's the only thing I would caution if a group is going to use it is if you're going to have just a message between two guys about meeting for whatever, you don't need to send it through the GroupMe, but it is a very valuable tool, and we get a lot of business done through it.
Right, and like said before, we are all law enforcement officers, and most people know we work all kinds of screwed up schedules. So, hey, I've got Thursday off. Who can ride? And then everybody gets it at once. You get a response or two back, and you don't have to text each person, hey, can you ride Thursday? Hey, can you ride Thursday? Hey, can you ride Thursday? It's an easy way of texting everybody at once.
And you guys know my schedule. I'm probably not going to answer you till afternoon.
Right, and I usually shut mine off at about 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and I know that you're not going to answer after about 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Very valuable tool, though.
It is. And let me, from the techie side, explain it a little bit, add a few things that might bring up some good points for you guys. Basically, for you guys that don't know about it, that haven't used it, it is a service and it is a free app, GroupMe App. It's completely free. And I don't know if even you guys know it, but when you text on GroupMe, it's basically like a chat room, but it's a private chat room, and you can think of it as a closed Facebook page, which you can have. You can only invite certain people. So you can set up as many groups if you want. I have one for my immediate family. I have a group for my extended family. I have one for the Sworn Few MC Mother Chapter, and I have one for the Sworn Few MC, which is everybody. And so you can make these different groups, and it's closed, it's private. You can only join if you're invited. And the texts are free because they aren't text messages. It doesn't go against your texting plan, which I don't really care about because I have unlimited texting.
It'll go get your data, though.
Huh? Yeah, but I have unlimited data too. But yes,
even when I
very
have
good point.
It is a good point. But even when I have my Android,
but it uses so little data.
Yeah, before I stepped up to the iPhone and got a bigger data plan, it never was a problem.
No, where you use data, where it's really critical is like streaming video and stuff like that. If you guys didn't know, if you're on a data plan, emails and GroupMe doesn't use hardly any data at all, so you could use it all day and probably not go over your data package all day every day. But so GroupMe, very cool. You can put an avatar. They've really upped it over the last year since we've been using it. And again, there are some others like Voxer. Is another one. You can do groups like that, but you can also on Voxer do like Nextel. Remember Nextel where you can talk instantly to somebody? They have that on Voxer. I don't really find that useful for a club. For us, I don't really see me doing any Nextelling to you. I'll either call you or email or GroupMe is where it's at for us. And like I say, we can go back and forth and we can keep it private. They did add a lot of stuff over the last year, and we have no affiliation with GroupMe. We're just telling you that it's a really awesome app. They aren't giving me any money for this at all, but they have upped it a lot. You can now do you could do photos before. I believe you can do video now, attach videos, and of course it's really cool. When you attach links, maybe to a YouTube video, because like Facebook, it populates a thumbnail of the video.
That's new.
Yeah, some new stuff going on. I'm trying to think what else is new. Oh, and the really cool thing about it, also like Matt was bringing up, is again, you got two choices. Say they're coming over here tonight to do a podcast, and they want to know, okay, what time are you showing up? And you don't want the whole group to see that. You can either just use your regular texting and text because you don't want the whole group to see that. But better yet, within GroupMe, you can also, whoever's in that group, you can just pull them out, single them out, and which I've done. And then the message as long as you're both in the same group, I can single like LD out,
Right.
and then it can just be between us as long as we're both in the same group. So then you can have a side group of just me and him, and it's instant.
Yep.
When you do that. Once you set your groups up, it's super easy to set up.
It's very easy.
And it's just a brainless.
LD and I figured it out.
That's right. Why do you think I picked it for our club? Because I knew you two idiots could figure it out.
You just call us idiots.
Sorry. Less than tech savvy. But what else about GroupMe? It's just getting better and better, and they keep updating, and it's free. And it really never failed us. I've never not gotten messages. And like Matt says, if you are on a PC or a Mac on your desktop or laptop, you can go to GroupMe. I believe it's groupme.com. And you can do it right from there if you don't want to utilize your phone.
You said it's free a couple of times. You do sign up with your email, and I don't think I've gotten any spam or anything.
I've never
like that
gotten any
because of
spam from GroupMe.
Me either.
And they must make their money through advertising and stuff. I don't know, because I don't even see advertisements on
either.
their app. So I don't know where they're subsidizing that, because they keep adding to it, and there's always updates, and they make it better and better and better, and it really has worked flawless. I remember when we were first starting this club, and we're going a little long here, so I'll wrap it up. But and even now, voting, like I say, we vote on it, Mother Chapter, and we get our votes done on it when there's an emergency vote or something that needs to be taken care of. We really use it a lot at the beginning, as far as patch designs and going back. Oh, I remember
Sending
that thing.
pictures and videos. And
there was like 20,000
sketches.
GroupMes a night. But you can mute it, so when you go to bed,
You can.
you don't have to worry about it.
And you can set a do not disturb for a certain
Yeah, you can do that right on your
hours.
iPhone. Yep. And that's outside the app, but yes.
You can even do it inside the app,
See,
too.
I haven't even played with that because I always do it outside. So you're saying inside the app.
I believe so.
Okay.
I used it on my iPhone. I don't.
Yeah,
use
I
it
just
in
do the
app.
regular.
I believe there's settings inside it, too.
Between
do that.
hours. I
No,
think
it's
there's
true.
certain hours you can set it for.
Maybe
so-
that's what it is. But yeah, there's some of that inside the app.
Also, you can send, did you know, and I did it to you once because we're always doing funds in the club. And so
You sent them a penny, didn't you?
Yeah, you can send them a receipt. So you can do within there.
You owe me.
Right, you owe me X amount of dollars. So if I buy this and you buy that, and then you can send a receipt. It's funny, we haven't really used that. I did it once just to screw with you, but it is in there and it does have the capability. So that's it, guys.
There is a
No, go ahead.
There's a collect tab on there where you can say
Yes.
that how much you need to collect and from what person.
I'm sending you one right now for about 10 grand.
I'm gonna send you one for $100,000 for the pain and suffering that little buddy gave me. Like bite to my leg.
And I apologize, guys, but I think it was a good episode. But we are way over. We're 7 minutes over, so we're going to wrap this thing up. I've got episode after episode of show notes, and I just have to get them organized as we go here. But like I say, we've got some great topics here. I don't want to give them out. We won't give them out, but just trust me, you'll want to listen to following episodes because these are some great, great topics. And let's ramp it up here as we continue through 2014, guys. Thank you so much for listening and tuning back in. Thanks for Lurch for being in the house. Thanks for LD being in the house.
We're glad to be here, brother.
Yeah, anybody want to take it out?
Sure, enjoy it.
Well, I would like to say in closing that the Lab podcast phone number is 509-731-3548. Or you can find us on the internet voicemail, which is SpeakPipe, at www, just for my buddy LD over there, lawabidingbiker.com/voicemail, or even /voice message. You can email or voicemail us at lawabidingbiker.com/contact. And rate us on iTunes while you're at it at the World Wide Web, lawabidingbiker.com/iTunes. Give us a rating, 1 to 5. We prefer 5, but if you give us 1, just leave us a little feedback so we can improve.
We got to check those. I haven't checked those in a while. We need to check iTunes. I haven't
checked them
checked.
about a week.
Did you anything new?
I don't think so.
Come on, guys.
Give us something new.
Yep.
Help curb the show so that we can make it better.
Straight link, lawabidingbiker.com/iTunes takes you straight there, or /Stitcher Radio. We'll take you right there.
Stitcher Radio.
And Thanks for all your support, guys. If you want to donate, lawabidingbiker.com/donate or donations. And that will keep us pumping, keep us moving forward, keep the content coming out. Yet enough said. Peace out. Keep the rubber side down.
And the shiny side up.
Word.
We're out like a trap.
Attaboy.